tell me, like, because I remember, like, that's how you know that a chick will like you more if her friends think you're attractive. You know what I'm saying? So I remember she pulled up my Instagram when we first started talking. She was like, "Oh my god, like I love this picture." She's like, "I show all my friends when they're asking who I'm going to hang out with tonight." And then I'm like, "All right, obviously they're all feeling me then, but they'll never ever tell me that or show me that." You know what I'm saying? And they would always tell her not stop messing with me, stop messing with me. But yet she's buying flights to come see me. She's doing this, that, and the other. Like, you know what I'm saying? And another thing too that I kind of wanted to pick your brain on was that her, excuse me, her friends would kind of talk to my face over the phone when she would FaceTime me and shit. But then when they would see me in person, they would be act so feminine, whatever, whatever. So why do you think that is? Because I've always wondered that. Just want to get an OG's opinion on it.
Like why away from you?
Yeah, like they talk shit to me over the phone when she would FaceTime me, but then like when we would all be in person together, we'd be chilling. They would be so feminine and they would be like praising me, asking me questions, buying my Herbalife products. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I'm an Herbalife distributor too, so they would buy my products, but yet they're still talking shit to me to my face, you know what I'm saying? Which is just weird, you know?
I've noticed that's just female character in general, to be honest. They don't like confrontation, especially like up close and personal, like, because they know we as men, for the most part, like we're going to be stronger than them. We're able to physically like dominate over them. So what they're going to do is they're going to try to talk all this stuff behind your back or with like their girlfriend, like over the phone, like what you were saying. And all that is they're just trying to test you, to be honest, like in front of your chick. Yeah. They're trying to see if they can get you emotional. Your chick is probably telling them like, he's not really that emotional. I can't really get to him. I can't really read him. He's mysterious. And like, I'm not sure, like, what do you girls think about him? Like, let's call him or like, let's get on the phone with him. So then they get on the phone with you. And what she's trying to do is they're trying to get an emotional rise out of you to see if you actually care about her, if you feel for her in that type of way, if you're going to be easily molded into what they want you to be, because they're always trying to mold you into that beta male provider eventually. And that's what she was trying to do. And her girlfriends picked up on that and they were like, well, if she's not going to do it, because I'm sure she kind of probably stopped doing that stuff. I'm sure that her girlfriends were like, well, we're going to try to do it. Like, there's something off here, blah, blah, blah. But then in person, they see you and then they're just like, you know what? Like, we don't want that conflict. Blah, blah. Like, it is what it is. Like, whatever.
Yeah, that's crazy too, is because they're so right, because they would use because for my business too, I use the slogan "Get Right." Like I have that on my channel. I have it on my Instagram, whatever, because like I'm starting my own Herbalife business. I'm trying to open a gym eventually when I'm out of college. So I'm trying to establish that, but I'm already training people. I'm already selling the product. So I say "Get Right" by my Herbalife. It's like a little slogan, and they would say, "Oh, get right, get right, get right," and like one of her friends like kept saying it, and I'm like, yeah, maybe you should hit the gym and get right. And I gave her like the little up and down, and then she never talked shit to me again because I put her in her place, you know what I'm saying? And then after that, like she followed me on Instagram and shit after that. So it's just like the little things you pick up on, you feel me? Yeah.
Because they don't have to talk to them like that. These dudes are simps nowadays.
Yeah.
They're not putting her in her place. She's out here disrespecting hella dudes every day.
Yeah.
So putting her in her place like that, she got some tingles downstairs, I'm telling you.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah. And like one of her other friends, because I was thinking about when this whole coronavirus thing happened, they ended up canceling football in the fall. So they canceled our whole season. So I'm like, I still have 4 years to play for eligibility because I'm a freshman right now. So redshirt freshman. So I'm like, I might transfer and go back to a bigger Division I school, sit out while Corona's happening, and then be able to play once Corona's all said and done. So like next fall. You know what I'm saying? So I was telling her about that, and because she used to like, I used to talk to her about like my aspirations and shit like that, because you know what I'm saying? Because like I obviously low-key confided in the girl thinking that she was cool. And then two is that just like being able, you want to talk with a chick about your aspirations because you want her to know that you're not a bum, that you're always on your shit, you're always constantly trying to improve. So I'm telling her, I'm like, yo, I'm trying to go back to a bigger D1 school after this whole Corona thing's all said and done. And she's like, oh, that's cool. Like, where are you thinking about going, whatever. And then her roommate chimes in and she's like, oh, why are you always trying to transfer schools? It's disgusting, whatever, whatever. And she starts like giving me mad attitude and shit. So I'm like, I told her, I'm like, yo, and then she's like, you can't stay committed to anything, whatever, whatever. She's like, you were only there for a semester. And I'm like, yeah, right. I can't stay committed to anything. That's why I don't date your friend. And I just said that, and I was just cracking jokes.
Yeah. But, agree and amplify, right? Just like,
yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly. And the same friend too. I wore a pink V-neck when we went out to the bar one night. I wore a pink V-neck, and she was trying to give me shit test. She's like, "Oh, I don't like that pink V-neck. You look gay in it." I'm like, "Damn, girl, I wore it just for you."
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then yeah, yeah, you do shit like that, and they're like, "What?" Like, no dude's quick on their feet like that. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Agree,
And most dudes would
amplify.
be insecure about it, like, oh, I look gay, like oh, I'm a change,
Yeah,
don't
yeah,
put a sweatshirt on. Yeah, man, that's funny. But
that's
yeah,
true.
like, it sounds like what happened in that last relationship with the chick that was flying out, that's making TikToks about you. You left that alpha impact on her, you know.
Yeah,
So she's always gonna be, or you're always gonna be on her mind.
yeah. And you know what's crazy too? Is that I was talking to my boys that I think I imprinted her because I have a tat on my left forearm that says legendary. And she got a tat on her left forearm with the same type of font. And it's only about this big. It's only about just the L, but it's the same type of font. And it goes out to about right there.
Mm-hmm.
And she sent a picture to me, and like she did like one of the same poses that I did in one of my football pictures for like our media day. I took a picture like that, and she sent me a picture like that. And I was like, how am I supposed to react to that? Like, I'm like, am I supposed to be flattered? Or am I supposed to be kind of weirded out? You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And another thing too, for some of my workout videos, with the Herbalife stuff, with the pre-workout, sometimes I'll do a dry scoop and then do a heavy ass set, just like messing around in the gym, do a dry scoop of pre-workout. And she said would send me Snapchats of her dry scoop and scoops of pre-workout, like cheersing it at the camera. And I'm like, yo, like, why is this chick trying to be me? You feel me? And like, she sent me a paragraph probably about around New Year's Eve, with the black heart emoji, because like I have the black heart in like my Instagram bio, because I also use that for my Herbalife. And she sent me that like a paragraph with the black heart emoji. So like, you think I imprinted her? Like 100%, right?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Definitely.
That's funny. That's funny as hell. Cause like I was like, yo, this chick's trying to be weird. Like she's weird, you know what I'm saying? But if I imprinted her too, like that's another thing I want to pick your brain on too, is if you imprint a chick, how come they leave? But they'll always come back, you know what I'm saying? Right?
Mm-hmm. They usually leave because they're just followers, and like they're hearing from outside people that you're not good for them for the most part, and they're always thinking that they can find someone better. They're always thinking that there's someone out there that that's moldable, that's even more moldable than you are. And they I don't know, they're just it's complicated. It depends on each girl's situation, to be honest. Like if she's close to her mom, her sisters, women in her family, they'll usually listen and take their advice over what's good for them. So they might be whispering in her ear that you're not good for them, and then she just goes away or goes off. And that's what I would say for that, for the
Yeah.
most part.
100% is her friends and stuff like that, because her friends would be putting me on blast in the comments too. They'd be like in the TikTok, right? Because I'm not on that app, but like my boy sent it to me because he follows her on there, and he was like, yo, they're trying to get you, bro. And I'm like, I'm not even gonna say nothing. Like, I'm just gonna expose the facts on my YouTube, and that's that. Not getting no petty beef, because that's what she wants. She wants me to get on TikTok, download the app that I don't even have, and like get a reaction, or me text her with some emotional ass paragraph trying to trigger me. You know what I'm saying? So like, it was like her pointing at all the things, and it was like NCAA transfer portal, black heart emoji, like football, like whatever she said, some dumb shit. And like she loves the guy that she talks shit about, you know what I'm saying? It's just so evident. And it's smooth too, is that like when you're going about this, I'm sure you can relate too, is because you're a younger dude, that like you see this shit on a daily basis, and you're so hip to it where it's like, all right, like I don't even need to stress, you feel me? Like one of the videos you dropped that was really good was the beta male haters one. It was back in like October, when you went on vacation, and some dude was trying to shit test you or something like that, trying to like embarrass you in front of girls. And that's another thing too, that the dude that the girl was messing with behind my back, that was kind of my boy, he was one of my first friends in high school too, and then he ended up changing up on me over the summer with the girl that was cheating on her boyfriend. It's just a fucking mess. But anyway, um was that he would always talk shit about me behind my back to girls to try to make himself look good. You feel me? Like one of my buddies, he has a fraternity house up in the city, so at one of the schools. So we all went there. And these girls were all sloppy drunk, and they were pouring liquor on this hardwood floor, and they were just gross. We didn't even know the chicks like that. So me and my buddy went over and we kicked them out. We're like, yo, get out, whatever, whatever. And she's like, ooh, I like it when you yell at me, like all gross and drunk and like this and that and all this. So we kick her out. And then the kid texts the girl, and I didn't even know the girl like that, but the kid texts the girl, the beta male, he texts the girl, the one that was fucking the girl with the 2 million snap score behind my back. I know there's a lot of people, but I hope you
No,
keep
I'm keeping up.
picking up but putting down. Yeah. So he texts the girl and says, yo, CG and his boy, like, they're assholes. Like, I knew they were gonna do that. I was gonna say something to him, but it's their house and I didn't want drama. And it's messed up because I don't even know the girl like that. And she's telling me that because I'm the alpha that yelled at her and kicked her out and got her out of the party and put her in her place, rather than being the dude that's trying to talk ill about the next man that's standing up for not morals, but like respect of the house. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it just goes to show how beta he is. And then to go behind my back and talk shit. He definitely was talking shit about me to the other girl that flew to come see me, because if he's smashing her the whole summer behind my back, obviously he's saying some horrible things about me to be able to get her in that mental state, to get her vulnerable enough to be able to make his move. You know what I'm saying? So you definitely can translate that too. I'd have to say, being in college, the two biggest things that we can learn from female nature and the whole red pill ideology, because I don't really think a red pill is just female nature. I think about it as like an outlook on life.
Yeah.
Was that it's just, one, nobody is safe, but two is that also, like, nobody is safe between their own friends and stuff like that. Where I only have a core group of about three dudes that I chill with, like, on a daily basis, that I can like confide and talk to if I need something, trying to start a business with them. Those are the three dudes that I would want to do it with. But as you go through and you start to get this red pill knowledge, you're like, all right, like, I know this dude was talking ill about me behind my back to try to get in this girl's pants. The other boys that I have wouldn't do that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's just a whole, in college, like, being a younger dude, or even being an older dude, I'm sure you can apply this to the business field. If any older dudes are watching this, whatever. But it's just really, nobody is safe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just really what it comes down to.
Yeah. You're right. You're absolutely right, man. The beta male guy that's trying to do all that, it's just because he's a female trapped inside a man's body.
Yeah.
That's literally what it is. Like, they love drama, they love gossip. They're literally women, and they're gonna hate on you just like another jealous chick would hate on you.
Yeah.
Same thing. And it's crazy just how, like, the extent and the lengths they'll go to try to embarrass you, and they'll even try to test you. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah. Like, dude too, he said that my fitness programs are fake, that I'm just doing it to get girls, because I'm really market, because I realized too is that, like, you get a lot of haters when you're a younger dude and you're in the gym, because like, I'm putting up more numbers than some of the older dudes in the gym. And like, I do the fitness modeling thing, so I do that with a bunch of bad chicks. You know what I'm saying? If you go on my Instagram, it's mostly modeling photos. So the girls see that and they see me surrounded by bad chicks, so they want to hop on. They want to see what's the fuss about this kid, because like in all the videos, as we all know, women get other women. You feel what I'm saying? Getting women gets other women. So girls see that and they're like, oh, I want to hop on that, whatever, because they're groupies. Like you said, they're all groupies. But guys see that, especially like as you know, a lot of the dudes our age are simps. They're beta. They're not on their purpose. They're sitting in their room playing Fortnite all day. They're not in the gym. They're not playing a sport. Whatever. So you see those type of dudes smoking every day, drinking every day, partying every day. And then those are the dudes that hate on you. And those are all the dudes that I get that are haters. So when I market my products, I market particularly to females and to younger guys, because the younger guys see that all the dudes that went to my high school, because I went to a prep school, all boys, so we're all pretty tight. It's all pretty good brotherhood with the younger kids. But as dudes my age, a lot of jealousy and stuff like that as they get older. But the younger kids, they see it as like idolization, you know what I'm saying? Which is dope too, because they are all subscribed to my YouTube. So it's good that I can put on game to the younger kids, because honestly, like, I would rather market to younger dudes and market to females rather than market to dudes my age who think their dick's too big to ask somebody for help on how to change their life. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's dudes like him, which is most of the dudes now in our age on campus, that are the dudes hating on you, that are the dudes not on their purpose, that are the dudes just sitting around playing Xbox all day, and they see me popping off on Instagram with a bad chick. So then all of a sudden they want to get angry, and then they want to talk shit about me to another chick to make me look bad. You know what I'm saying?
How do you handle haters personally? Like, what is some advice you would give to anyone out there dealing with haters on the low?
I'm gonna break that up into different aspects of it, because I feel like for athletics, the hate is what fuels me. I have a Bible verse tatted on my arm that says, "The child that's not embraced by the village will burn it down and feel its warmth." Because when I was at my old school, when I transferred out of a D1 school, I had people from my town, from my city, from my high school, clowning me on Twitter, saying D1 my ass, whatever. So I use that as fuel. You know what I'm saying? In the gym, in a physical aspect, in the sports aspect, in the getting money aspect, I use it as fuel. But if somebody says something to you, hating wise to your face, just laugh it off. You know what I'm saying? Because what people say about you is a reflection of themselves and how they feel inside. You feel what I'm saying? Because me and all my boys and the other bodybuilders and the other football players that are really on their shit that I know, they don't have time to be hating on me. You know what I'm saying? They don't have time to be nitpicking through what I'm saying on YouTube, the nitpicking through what I be saying on Instagram. They'll be the ones to like my picture and throw me a comment because they see the grind. Where a lot of the haters, they don't see the grind. They just see the hype videos to be able to put up the numbers in the video, but they don't see the grind to be able to get to that point, to be able to put up the numbers, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if somebody hates on you, bro, just laugh it off. You feel me? Because hold frame, obviously, because even with dudes, in the 48 Laws of Power, I read that book, and it says, if you bring out the lion or the killer in somebody, where if you show weakness in a business deal, you show like you're gonna budge, or in an aspect of whatever, people will poke at that. They'll poke the bear, they'll poke the bear, they'll poke the bear. Where if you hold frame and you put them in their place right off rip, depending on what they say, obviously you need to defend yourself, how the extent of much the hate goes. But usually with me, most kids don't really want to test me. It's just more kids cracking jokes saying, oh, get right, whatever. I'm like, yeah, bro, get right, and laugh it off, because that makes my day better a little too. That should make your day better a little too, because you just smile and you laugh it off, because there's no need to get mad and lose frame over somebody below you. You know what I'm saying? Like, one of the other lessons too I learned from going to therapy actually was the one thing that I took out of that situation was, when I was in there, was that nothing was working. So I was sitting there, whatever. And then the therapist goes to me, they go, because I was telling them about how people were clowning me on Twitter, saying about how I fell off. And they go, what proof does anyone have that you fell off? And I thought about it for a second. Absolutely none. And they go, all right then. And then that just light bulb went off in my head. Like, all right, all these kids, what they're saying about me is a reflection of them and how they feel inside. Because she's like, who are the kids talking about you? Because I was at the mall and I had my hoodie on and I was just shopping, trying to buy a sweatshirt. And these kids were trying to fight me, and they were calling me out my name, whatever. And I just walked away. They were saying he fell off, like whatever. And they wanted me to go over and probably start something. So I just left the mall, whatever. I wasn't even trying to fight with them. And she's like, who are these kids? So I told them their story and like whatever. And she's like, do you think that all these kids are just jealous of you because they didn't get to play at a D1 school? She's like, your horrible situation is someone else's dream. You know what I'm saying? So that's really what I put into perspective was, yo, I'm really so grateful to be in this position, even be able to play the sport, because all these kids that are hating on me, they never got that opportunity. Like one of the kids that was hating on me played JV up until his senior year. I mean, all through high school. So all 4 years he was on JV. You know what I'm saying? Never even got to play on a Friday night in high school. Never even got to touch the field in college. So I put that into perspective, and I'm like, these kids are really just saying that I fell off because they never really even had a moment to even fall off from. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like that's really what it comes down to.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like, really, if somebody hates on you, depending on the extent of it, laugh it off or put them in place, however you want to go about it. But just don't lose frame when you do it, and use it as fuel. You know what I'm saying? Especially in the sports world, just use that shit as fuel, because that shit will motivate you. Because like I was hurt, down bad, getting cheated on, and I just used all that pain and put it towards something positive. Use that pain, start investing money, trying to establish a business, trying to get my body right to be able to perform at an elite level come football season starting next week in February, because we're having a spring season. You know what I'm saying? So definitely use that as fuel.
As an athlete, I'm sure we have other athletes watching. What is some advice you have just in the weight room, in the gym, since you're working on personal training and possibly open up your own gym? You got any advice, any tips out there for anyone watching?
To establish a business as an athlete, you want to market to your, you want to pick a demographic and market to them. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said earlier, that I only market really selling the Herbalife products to females, and selling it to younger kids, because the younger kids see the idolization and they see the female, so they want on board, so they'll pay the money. And the females will pay the money because they see you looking good, they see the status, so they'll hop on just because they're groupies. You know what I'm saying? So if you're trying to establish a business, you want to pick a demographic to market them, because look at what's a brand we could use, for example, Gucci, they try to market to a certain brand. Nike tries to market to a certain brand. Under Armour tries to market to more like the Patriots, the American flags, whatever. So you see that, and you want to apply that to yourself and you want to conduct yourself as a brand. Like my trainer has Breakthrough Football on right now, and all D1 kids wear his brand like around the state, you know what I'm saying? Just because like they know when you have Breakthrough on, you're a baller, you know what I'm saying? So that's what my trainer tries to market. He don't try to market that.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah, right. It looks smooth, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. But he don't try to market to everybody. He just tries to market to a certain demographic. So if you're trying to establish a business, you want to market, especially in the fitness world, you want to market to a certain amount of people. Like you see Athlean, I'm trying to think of another fitness program, but they only market to like certain people, you feel me? And like the Herbalife too is it's really, you don't really see a lot of men really with the Herbalife distributors. You see more women. Like the only Herbalife distributors other than the dudes I know is Steph is Cold that do the Herbalife stuff, and they make money from it, you know what I'm saying? So he markets to a certain demographic. The dudes I know market to a certain demographic. So I would try to market to a certain demographic. So when you're establishing a business, the first thing you want to do when you have the product to sell is target a certain demographic. Like all my products, the skincare, all that, I target it towards females because a lot of dudes in the fitness world, especially too, I feel like is that if you're not like an established trainer, I'm sure you could agree on this too, that if you're not like an established trainer, like with the blue check on Instagram and 1 million followers, that guys won't want to train you. You know what I'm trying to say? Because most guys I feel like have too big of egos and are too beta to ask another man for help. Like as men, I feel like too is that I see someone doing better than me and I get motivated, where a lot of dudes have that feminine jealousy, enviness in them, where they see another dude doing better than them and they get envious, they get upset, and they do a lot of comparing and they get insecure, when really like as men we should be exchanging ideas. We should, like we're doing right now, try to learn how to improve rather than just hating on each other. So when you're trying to establish a business too, definitely don't be afraid to reach out for help and talk to another man rather than hating on them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then in the fitness world too, I'll touch on that too, is that when you're building your body, it's all mental too. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't want to go to the gym earlier, but you just got to do it because one, the hate that all the things people said about me, not that I don't want them to be right, because I don't really give a fuck what they think now, because everything they said about me I probably already said about myself, but just in a matter of do it for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Trying to say, because you can't go work out to go get girls. You can't work out to go feed your ego. You need to work out because health is wealth. You know what I'm saying? You need to work out because how you look is a reflection of how you treat yourself, and how you treat yourself is how other people will treat you. You feel what I'm saying? So when you look good,
that's powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, and when you look good and you walk into a room, like people see that, and that energy emits off them, and people will know like, all right, this dude takes care of himself. He looks good. He presents himself well. He's in the gym taking care of himself. Health is wealth. You know what I'm trying to say? And then two, you just want to find something that motivates you, whether it's hate, whether it's whatever. You know what I'm trying to say? You need to be self-motivated, because no one's going to motivate you. Like especially training people too, is that a lot of dudes that I train, not girls in the fitness world are more motivated than dudes for the most part, unless you find like a dude who's just a dog, which is crazy to say. Yeah. But a lot of dudes, they want the magic pill. They want me to craft them up some kind of magic diet, give them some kind of magic supplement that's going to make them big overnight. That's going to give them some kind of workout routine where they'll start seeing results in 2 weeks. I'm like, to even build this frame, I've been working out since my junior year of high school for 3 years, like 6 days a week, eating, because I'm vegan too. So eating a very picky amount of food, a certain amount of water every single day, just to be able to sustain and perform at the level I do. So it's a year. Rome wasn't built overnight. It's a marathon, not a sprint. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot of dudes, the fitness industry, especially that dudes that are just starting out, they want that magic pill. They want that magic bean. Like they want somebody to just give them results overnight. And as men, we should know that results take time, delayed gratification. You feel what I'm saying? Like, have you read the book Think and Grow Rich, where it talks about how like you need to really just, it's a marathon, not a sprint. So you need to just do one thing every single day, 1% every single day to improve.
Better.
Yeah, exactly. So instead of quitting and getting down on yourself and getting emotional and getting unmotivated, you should just thug it out, because in the end, the rewards of looking good are going to be better than quitting, eating like shit. And two is that when you're working out and you're in the gym, like I'm sure you can relate to this too, like, you know, you're on your shit. So you're going to get that natural arrogance. You're going to get that natural confidence, because like, you're like, yeah, bro, like I'm in the gym. Like I do this.
You carry yourself different. You walk.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Like you eat a certain amount of food every single day. So you're taking care of yourself. And like I said earlier, it's how you take care of yourself and how you treat yourself is how other people will treat you. So which just automatically is like an inward manifestation of how life is going to be. Because when you're in the gym and you're working out and you're treating yourself good, that's how other people will treat you. And that's how you're going to, when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, good things happen to you. You feel what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. That's what I try to tell some of the guys that follow me. Some of them are like black pill or whatever. Like they get really depressed and they just like they're like, there's no point. Like I can't change my face. I can't do anything without that. Like no, you could change your physique. Like even if you have some scars, like you could work on that and like get some you could save up for surgery. You could work towards lotions and creams to work on that. And there's always something you could do to improve your life. Like they just get way too caught up on the whole looks aspects of things and they're way too in their heads. So it's just like that's good advice that you just gave right there.
Definitely. Because too, like I have a lot of black pill dudes that are subscribed to my channel too. I only have about 500 subscribers, 400 something. And the black pill dudes that are subscribed to my channel, they'll be the ones putting negativity in the comments. And that's another thing is they'll be like, oh, like you said, there's no hope. I'm ugly. I'm balding, whatever, whatever. Look at AMS. He still looks smooth and he's bald. You know what I'm saying? Like there's still is a lot of charismatic bald dudes out there where dudes need to stop using excuses and just get the fuck to work. You feel what I'm saying? Because regardless of what you look like, and how you feel about yourself is I'm 100% believer in how you feel about yourself. If you think you're ugly, people will treat you like you're ugly. If you carry your shoulders up, good posture, you carry yourself confident, you're in the gym, you're doing what you need to do every day, people will automatically treat you better. Like I'll give you an example. So I'm in the gym and if I'm using a machine, most dudes will come up to me, they'll be like, hey player, hey bro, you using that machine. Just because the way I carry myself, that they know that I look like I'm a respectable person. I look like I'm a respectable man. You would too. Like if I were to see you out in public, I would say, hey, like, you know what I'm saying? You using that? Can I hop on there? Whatever, whatever. Or if you look like soft and you all slouched over, people are just going to bully you and walk all over you. You know what I'm saying? That's just life. You know what I'm saying? That's not even in the gym. That's just in life. You know what I'm saying? So dudes need to stop being so hopeless and stop feeling sorry for yourself, because I was feeling sorry for myself. I had stress fractures in my back. I was getting cheated on. When I entered the transfer portal, because I was in some trouble at my old school too, just because like fighting in football and stuff like that, because I was all acting out, emotional, losing frame. And I had a bunch of offers get pulled from me in a single day. So I had D1 schools call me up and then pull their offers the next day, pull scholarships. I had 3 scholarships get pulled in a single day. So I literally was crying. I was upset.
That's depressing right there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was venting to my ex and she was cheating on me. Like I had all this hell going on and I was feeling sorry for myself for a while, bro. And then it just snapped in my head like, yo, nobody is going to change this shit other than me. If I want another offer, I need to go earn it. And all I need is that one to go to a school and ball out. You know what I'm saying? All I need is just to get motivated, to get my diet together, because I was eating fast food. I was eating garbage every single night because that's how I felt about myself. So now I'm vegan. All I eat is green vegetables. I drink my gallon a day. I work out every single day because I know that when I get back to school, I'm going to go start. I know that how I treat myself is how other people will treat me, is how I feel. Like last year, I would have never been able to come on YouTube and be charismatic. I would have never been able to have this conversation with you and keep it flowing for however long we're going. I would have never been able to go on and even get chicks to do any of that because like I had a shaggy beard. I didn't take care of myself. I just looked gross. Like my beard wasn't well kept. My hair was all like way nappy and like not twisted, not well kept, because that's how I felt about myself. I was eating garbage every day. My skin wasn't clear. I wasn't working out. I was sleeping till 2 o'clock in the afternoon, where now I'm up at 7, 8 in the morning, sometimes 6, where it's just a whole lifestyle change because that's all how I felt about myself. So like if people, if you feel like you're ugly, people will treat you like you're ugly. You feel what I'm saying?
Yep. And not to bring up like it's all about women or whatever, but women definitely can feel that vibe. They have a sixth sense about them where they can tell if a dude even just talks to them a certain type of way, or he walks in the room, she's just like, as soon as she sees you, she's instantly putting you in a category off rip. And she can tell if you're faking it, if you're like not really alpha male, if you are an alpha male. Yeah, all these different things. And that's true, man. It's all about how you feel about yourself, how you carry yourself. That's all that should matter in the end. But definitely people will they'll read your vibes and they'll read your body language, all these different things, and make quick assumptions about you that may or may not be true. But a lot of times it might be true. It's just brewing in the back of your mind. You know, like it might not be actually coming out yet, but it's going to start slowly showing and people start to pick up on that quick.
100%. Like you said, especially women too, like at least guys too. Like we might see a guy that is slouched over in the gym, that's looking sad, that's looking like he's in his feelings, hoodie on, bad body language, and we won't say anything to him. But I feel like too, like women, they'll like automatically prejudge him. Where me, I don't judge anybody, you know what I'm saying? Because like I have the tats, I have long hair. So people look at me and they probably prejudge. When I get a haircut, I have the eyebrow slits. Like people probably look at me and they're like, oh, he's a fuck boy, he's this, that, and the other. Then they get to talk to me and they're like, all right, he's actually like an intellectual kid, you know what I'm saying? But where a lot of women, they do a lot of prejudging. Like women tell me all the time, you look toxic, you look like a player, you look like you could fuck my life up, just to name a few, you know what I'm saying? And but that's what they like, you know what I'm saying? So if I didn't have that look, like I look like I could hurt them, then they wouldn't like me, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
if I was all like not taking care of myself, not looking well kept, slunched over like that, they would look at me and say, oh, this kid looks like a bitch. So I would rather be told I look toxic than being told I look soft. You know what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
Exactly.
like pick or choose. Pick or choose.
Yeah,
Like I'd rather be the maintenance guy than the boyfriend.
exactly. I said that in one of my other videos too. I said I would rather be the dude she cheats with than the dude she cheats on. You feel me?
Facts.
Which is
Facts.
true. And it's sad that we even have to say that, you know what I'm saying? Because like
Yeah.
channels like us wouldn't exist if it wasn't for um the amount of shit that goes on. Like that's why I even made my channel, was because like I just want to expose a lot of the game that goes on in college and stuff like that. And like it's sad that I even have to go do that, but that's just the route we have to take to wake men up. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Did you have any
And
notes that you wanted to share from your phone?
I actually think I covered all the points because I really was just jotting down the stories and stuff like that.
Oh,
Like I
for sure.
talked about the neighbor when I was at my old school that was heisting the 14 dudes in passing. You God knows how many other dudes she had in and out that room, like when I was
Oh yeah,
sleeping. You know what I'm saying?
sure,
Crazy.
sure.
And then when the girls too, like the one with my roommate, I mean my boy, my teammate that was a linebacker, how the girls wanted me to lie. And that's another thing too that we didn't really touch on about that whole story and that whole situation, was just that she'll use the excuse I was drunk. She used the excuse he forced it on me. She used the excuse uh
I was
I
like,
was at I was at the party. I didn't mean to, whatever, just to no accountability, because all her friends are hyping her up, which is another thing that we didn't even talk
yeah,
about, was
yeah,
they have no accountability. You know what I'm saying? Because all her friends were like, do it, do it, do it. You should lie to him. And then they expect me to be obligated because I was there and I was with her friend to
yep.
be able to lie to another man and say, oh, she didn't do anything, and get me to craft up a lie that a man would believe.
Mhm.
That's just how sick and conniving, and no accountability whatsoever. None.
Yeah,
Because her friends were hyping her up to do it. And she's not never gonna look in the mirror and say, hey, you know what? I was drunk and I'm a shitty person. I cheated on him. You know what I'm saying?
hmm,
But because of the culture, because of her friends, no one's gonna hold her accountable. So I will hold her accountable.
hmm,
Us on YouTube will hold her accountable. You know what I'm trying to say? As men, we need to hold her accountable. And even as her boyfriend, he should be holding her accountable. And he should leave her and teach her that she shouldn't do that. Because that's another thing too, is that I was gonna talk about the video too, that I was like gonna tell the girl, if you say you love somebody, don't go fuck their friend behind their back. Don't go have 60, 70 dudes in their Snapchat. Make it known.
hmm,
But because there's no accountability, that by me leaving her or me holding her accountable, now she'll know not to do this shit to the next dude. You know what I'm trying to say? Which is another reason why channels like us are good, is because we can also put men on game that can put women on game and teach them not to be so shitty, even though it's hard because it's female nature and like there's only so much we can do. But at least if we hold them accountable, they'll always remember us as the dude who left them because they were fucking up. So now they'll know to walk on eggshells around the next dude. You feel what I'm saying?
hmm.
But it's hard because there's only so much we can do, because women are going to be women regardless. You feel what I'm saying? But it's just a matter of trying to hold them accountable to the most we can. You
Mhm.
feel me? And then the situation too with my ex, I think that one was really the red pill moment. You know what I'm trying to say? That one was the red pill moment, because I realized this chick saying she loves me all this time, other than all of a sudden I lose my swag, I lose my charisma. I'm not the same D1 athlete that I was before. And now she's cheating on me with different dudes too that look just like me. You know what I'm trying to say? Because I probably imprinted her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I probably imprinted her in a sexual way. So she's trying to go out and find that different dude, that trying to get that high that I once gave her when I was confident that I once had the swag that I did. You know what I'm saying? So she's looking for that high. You feel me? She's looking for that thrill. And it's crazy too, is because I seen it. Like I seen the red flags until I took her phone. Like if I never took her phone, I would have never known. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's another thing too, is that they'll teach us. Obviously, if you're acting emotional and you're all out of frame and you grab the girl's phone, don't do that. But if you're gonna sit her down and have a conversation with her and hold her accountable, like, look, let me see your phone, or I'm leaving and I'm never talking to you again. And then that's what she did. And she gave me the phone and she fessed up to everything. She's crying and saying, oh, I didn't mean it, whatever, whatever. And I just left and went to practice. Like, it was right outside the locker room. Like, I went to practice after that, like, knowing, fucking in the parking lot, like, knowing that just happened. You know what I'm trying to say? But she'll say, oh, I didn't mean it. Oh, he's my lab partner. Oh, you were making me feel some type of way, so I went and did what I did. The other girl too that cheated on her boyfriend, she probably told him, oh, you were doing something that made me feel like I had to go do this. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, if I would have a conversation with that girl with the 2 million snap score, I bet she would say, oh, you were messing with other girls, so I thought I could mess with your friend. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, there's no accountability, which all ties back to no accountability. You know what I'm trying to say? And then two is the other chick with the 2 million snap score. We already touched on that so many times, but just the matter of how she can go drink every weekend. And she thinks that, this is another thing too that I wanted to touch on, is that she told me that she wants to find someone. Hold on, let me ask you this: is that if a girl tells you, I want to find someone that will accept me for me, what do you think? Because women are sub-communicators. What do you think that means?
I mean, accept all my baggage.
Exactly. That's what I said, is that she wants someone to accept her, that she's a 304, to accept her that.
Except she's stepping out occasionally on this relationship and you not complaining about it.
Basically. Yeah, exactly. Like, she wanted me to accept her for how she is, and accept her for being an alcoholic and getting fucked at the hockey house every weekend. Accept her for having the 60, 70 dudes on Snapchat, accepting her that she goes out and drinks every weekend. Because I told her, I don't want my girl to go out drinking every weekend. I said, I'm in the gym. I said, you a cheerleader. You know what I'm trying to say? You should be on your shit. Like, if I want a chick to be in my life, and I told her, if you want me to take you somewhat serious, you need to be on your stuff. But instead, you're skipping practice because you were too drunk to go the night before. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's me trying to hold her accountable.
We as athletes, we attract, we tend to attract 304s. That's just how it is. And you don't realize that, really, especially like, because I was raised with a single mother too. So I was thinking like, oh, like, they actually genuinely like me and we could get something started here. But it's not. Like, they're for the entire team. Anyone with status, they just picked you because whatever reason. Maybe they're using you to get somewhere else. Like, my chick, she's currently in Phoenix with the OnlyFans starting to pop off. And she always liked Devin Booker. She was talking to this dude on the Suns when she was with me, which I was cool with, which, like, I wasn't cool with it, but like, I knew they were talking, and I was hella blue pill and simpy that I was just letting it slide. And she was always saying like, oh yeah, you look like, you kind of resemble Devin Booker, this, that, and the third, and you play basketball. But I was like at a lower level, obviously, still in college. And once our relationship got rocky and it wasn't popping off the way it was, and I started losing frame, she left me, obviously cheated, and now she's out in Phoenix and she's working her way up. Now I think she's with that dude that she was DMing, and she's gonna work her way up to try to sleep with Devin Booker, So it's just like a whole, like, you don't know how you're being used in the female playbook.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of guys need to be careful, because like, that, to me personally, that changed my whole like perspective of women, like, quick.
That's crazy.
Like, people like, how can you put out content every day? Because I've seen 4 females I messed with in the past use me as a stepping stone to get somewhere else.
Yeah.
Legit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Like what you said too about how they use you as stepping stones. Like, that girl, let's break this down, is that she used her ex. Well, she used her ex's teammate, which was my boy. She got with him to get back at her ex, and then she's using me to get back probably at that kid and her ex, and then she'll probably use me to go do whatever. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's just monkey branching. That's really what it is.
Man, it's crazy.
It's
and
sick,
that's
bro.
What really got me, like, because I went through red pill rage for a minute, like a cool minute, because of that. And I was just like, damn, because it was happening in front of me, and I'd be like, and she would show me, like, when I wouldn't show her like affection enough time because I was working, I was going to school, plus I was playing basketball. She was like, you're not spending enough time with me, blah, blah, blah. Like, she didn't have a place to stay, so I let her move in with me. And like, whenever I would mess up, she would use that as an excuse and like show me her phone, show me the DMs from this guy. And it was like the whole time she was just plotting, basically. And like I just let it slide because I was super like just weak-minded, like I just didn't have the abundance mindset at the time to check
Yeah.
immediately. Yeah.
And it's crazy too because you don't see that shit come until after it already done hit you. You know what I'm saying? That's the crazy thing too.
Yep.
Is
Yeah.
like I didn't see anything going on with the other chick until the one with the 2 million snap score until after it was already said and done, and I could sit down and just really like sit on everything that happened and be like, yo, like she really was fucking so and so behind my back. She really was doing this, that, and the other. But like she trying to sell me that dream of, oh, I'll buy you all these things, I'll fly out to come see you. And she always used to play that card as, oh, no guy, no girl ever came to flew to come see you before. Like I'm the one. I'm your person. You're my person. This, that, and the other. And really, she was probably just using me to monkey brace with somebody else. Because one of my boys showed me that a couple other dudes that she was messing with, and the dude on the hockey team looks just like me. Eyebrow slits, same type of hair, everything. I have like the mohawk version kind of, but he's like just the top. Anyway, same eyebrow slits, same type of haircut. Another dude she's messing with that be commenting on her pictures. My boy showed me he plays DB too. So you know what I'm trying to say? She's just looking
Yeah.
to monkey branch to probably a bigger D1, a bigger fucking DB or something like that. You know what I'm trying to say? Like
it's deep. Like if you get a girl to talk and open up, which I've been doing lately, because I'm like you do the same thing, man. Like you get this red pill knowledge, you're trying to test it out in the field. Like
yeah,
get as much information as you
hell
can
yeah.
with all these women. So like I'm out here just trying to figure out their life story, get this, that, and the third information for the channel. And it's just like all these girls got different stories about like how they will see someone that's attractive, maybe on like the team, but they realize like they can't get to him, so they'll go with someone else on the team, or they'll try to work their way up through the rankings to get to that guy. Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. It's crazy you said that too, because I didn't even think about that. They use it to like you know what I'm trying to say?
They'll see someone they like, and
monkey
then they'll
branch
be
out
like,
like
I
that with
can't
dudes
just
on
go to
the
him. Yeah, they'll see someone they like, they'll be like, I just can't go to that guy directly, or it's gonna be difficult because he has like way more status. So I'm gonna work my way up from the bottom. And they won't tell you. Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, hell no, they won't tell you. That's the thing, is that we need to find this shit out for ourselves, because you know what I'm trying to say, they'll never say that. And another thing too that I wanted to touch on was like that she'll keep her side dudes on Snapchat. You feel what I'm saying? Is that the social media, if she has a social media and her scores busting, her scores going crazy, is that she's for the streets, bro. Like regardless, especially one, we should already be hip to that because we in college. But like you said too, I believe you said in one of your videos, is that if she has that stuff when she's in a relationship with you, she's most likely cheating on you. Because think about this, bro. On Snapchat, the message goes away like that. After you open it, it's gone to history, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Fact.
it's easy. That's what I mean. That's the thing that put me onto that too, is that really, really red pilled me, was that she has 60, 70 other options that she's probably getting attention from, probably getting validation from, probably getting sent God knows what, you know what I'm trying to say? So that's what I mean. She has all those options, all those dudes ready on standby for me to fuck up. You feel what I'm saying?
That's really the exhausting part of being in a relationship too. Like like you're constantly competing against simps that literally don't even value themselves. So they're just throwing it out all on the table at once. And you yourself, you respect yourself. So you're not going to be giving away your attention like that. But she's telling you about all these guys, like he'll do this for me, that, and the third. And it's like, that's on your mind too. Like that's taking up a lot of your energy. Like you're trying to be on your purpose, but you're also worrying about, like, man, I got to compete with all these dudes in their phone that she's never like met, or she like has at work, whatever. Like, it's way too much time and energy, especially when you're young. You need to be using that energy that you have now and all the testosterone to be building something.
Exactly. Couldn't have said that any better, bro. And then like you said